Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Money Monday, secured entrepreneurs. Yes, in this video, okay, Miss Aurorah has got to do a slight flashback. Why? This past week, you all came through in the email. You guys have a lot going on, okay? There's a lot going on. And one of the things, I don't know how many of you remember Miss Aurorah has gone in time and time again on the will trick. And I keep telling you all to stop with that will nonsense, okay? The trust is the route. This past week, we've had a few of you to email to talk about how you've got into these business arrangements, business deals with other individuals who, number one, their families were never on board with them being in business in the first place. Okay, their spouse wasn't on board. They had other family members. They have had physical illnesses throughout this pandemic. It's been rough for you to get things done, okay, with these other people who have not been available to you. All right, and now you're saying, now the person is incapacitated, I was a partner. Now the person is deceased, I was a partner. Okay, we don't know what they're doing with their shares. We don't know, the documentation is not together. Okay, and then we had a few who were saying, well, my grandmother recently transitioned. We can't find the deed that was recorded. We looked up and saw that somebody else's name on it, and she's been in this house for 30 plus years. Like, y'all have got some wild stuff going on, okay? The other thing is that now you're saying, okay, you've been notified that you have to vacate the premises or some of the property for a variety of reasons. Number one, you didn't have the grandparent or the parent did not have the proper insurance to assure that home was paid off when the person would transition. Okay, the correct insurance was not there. And then you had the will trick, okay, the trick. And so Miss Aurorah talks to you all about that in this clip I'm going to put in here. Now what I'm about to say is going to sound a little triggering, and I'm going to apologize in advance. But some of us know that we don't have any business doing a GoFundMe. We were already aware that our family member was sick. Our family member was ill. We were already aware that we needed to have life insurance, okay? We were already aware that certain things financially had to be put in place. We didn't do it. And now we want to make this thing so public to whereas we're getting sympathy from people, and we're putting our financial responsibilities on other people. We're making our problems other people's problems. It's not right, and we need to stop, okay? Here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement, what are we about? The creation of wealth, the multiplication of wealth, and the protection of wealth. Okay, so for those of you who do not know, I am Miss Aurorah Dey, and this is the Secured Entrepreneur Movement. Woohoo! Now let me just say a few things here. I have to say it because there's two things today that really, this is juicy. It's what they call good, okay? First, I don't know how many of you all are paying attention to what is happening with this federal lawsuit. The creator of Pepe the Frog. Do you know that Pepe the Frog character? And sometimes the frog is crying, so the frog is going through the motions, okay? Well, the creator of Pepe the Frog is now suing the creator of InfoWars for copyright infringement. Now, I did take a look at the drawing that is the cause of this whole lawsuit. There's a few characters, images, people in this drawing, and then up on the far left or the right, whichever way you're facing, you see Pepe the Frog's face. And it's like, why would you draw Pepe the Frog without permission? Okay, now that's one thing that, as a secured entrepreneur, and that's Abraham shaking the camera, because my furry friends are around. Why would you not, when you hire people, you have got to make sure that whatever it is that they are giving to you creatively is original. Okay. Now, most, larger companies, they have teams of individuals who actually do check for copyrights and trademarks. But when you're first starting out, and I work with a lot of people, and there's a lot of people here on the scene that you probably watch on a daily basis and you follow, who have been sued and who have been receiving letters to cease and desist, their actions and their use of certain trademarked artwork, things like that. Okay, so I want you to be very mindful when it is that you are doing logos, when it is that you are doing anything that you're going to put out in the public where you're using images. Okay, because that's a very serious thing. That is a clear, fast path to losing your cash. Okay, do not infringe on anyone's copyright or trademark. Okay, and when you go and put something out there that's original to you, you must make sure that you have an approved copyright or trademark. Okay, that's very vital. Now I want to get on to the juice, because I now have a client to which I'll have to run downtown after this to check some records. This particular client, it is a family business. And if I gave you the name, you would totally immediately recognize some of the products. Hey, Widget. Happy Wednesday. It's a winning Wednesday. Woo! It's also a witchy Wednesday. Uh-oh. You would know the products because they're on the shelves everywhere. So this is why I'm totally fascinated by what is happening now with this family. Wow. The mother, okay, or maybe I have three things because I have to say this too. Oh my gosh. The mother, who is the innovator of this particular company, she is now ill and she has some level of dementia. So now the children are scouring through, the paperwork. There's some discrepancy with the attorney who did some paperwork, and clearly over the years there were a few attorneys or firms involved in a lot of the things that they did as it relates to the business. So I asked the son, hey Delicia, who is the current client, where is the Keyman insurance information? He did not know. He said, well, I know that we have insurance. I said, no, but where is the Keyman insurance? And, in my mind, I'm like, okay, are they calling that now? Or is it another name? And he said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, your mom she invented these particular products. She is the holder of the copyrights, the trademarks. Hey, Widget. And, this particular type of insurance, and I want you all to pay very careful attention to this because this is something that's overlooked by new entrepreneurs. If you're not mentored and you don't understand that you need this is a quick way for your legacy to just fall apart, okay? When in fact you are the key individual that causes the business to be into operation. What this means is that you are the innovator. You are the creator of whatever the product is, whatever the service is. This business cannot exist without your innovation. Okay? If that is the case, you need a very specific insurance for that, and it is called Keyman Insurance. And those of us here in the group who write insurance policies, please post it down below what the actual policy is referred to at this time. Okay, now the son is now looking for this particular policy because this woman, clearly was old school. And it's hard when your children do not demonstrate the same work ethic that you have. She did not trust any of these people. So a lot of this has been kept private until now that these people have to now go back and find some things because the woman is ill. But this company has got to go on, and they need to go and get an account of the shareholders. Things like this is what they're going through today. So here's my part. Here's what I'm working on. Unfortunately, there is a will. It is an old will. We are not sure if there is one to follow. Now, when the paperwork comes over to me and I read this, I clearly see that this is not an original. This is a copy. And I said to the son, do you know that this is a copy? He said, well, it probably is, but what does that, how is that shaking a stick at what we need to do now? I said, oh no. This is a very old, dirty trick that attorneys play. When you go, please pay attention to this. All my secured entrepreneurs, this is vital to your success, okay? When you go to an attorney to have a will drafted, which is a mistake anyway, the attorney loves to, hey Tracy, the attorney will do that will for you. But the attorney is only going to give you a copy. Why? Because your family will not be able to get into probate court with a copy. You will only get into probate court with an original. The attorney knows this. The attorney may not tell you this. This woman and the family, 8-figure dynasty, has a will. I'm looking at a copy. We do not have the original. Now, when this woman transitions, this attorney, who we can't even make out the signature, this attorney is going to, or the firm, I don't even know if the man's alive. I'm going to research all of this, okay, today. Now can charge your family members X amount of dollars per hour to administer the estate. Why can the attorney do this? Because you don't have the original will. You only have a copy. You cannot go in there. So the woman did not name any of her children as the executor or the executrix. There is an attorney. Now, this is another way to have your legacy and your dynasty totally wiped from underneath you. Yes, wow, it's happening to a lot of people. And I just showed the son a case of an attorney right here in Las Vegas who is now in prison for naming himself the executor over someone's estate and was still in the money. Okay, now this is why I teach, private versus public, because what we're going to do after we get down to the bottom of this, before this woman transitions and she's halfway in her right mind, we're going to change this to a living trust, because that will portion should only be your instructions as to what you want to happen after you die. Where do you want your things to go? Your medical power of attorney, your power of attorney, period. Your directions, and that would then point to other trusts where your true assets are sitting, and the trustees and board of directors and things like that to your business and your personal life would go there. Okay, it has to be separated. So today, I just want to let all of these secured entrepreneurs know that, I said this earlier, that you can do more harm upon your death than you ever do while you are alive to your friends and family. You're leaving a burdenous mess. And I haven't had the opportunity to look at all of the paperwork, but death taxes, estate taxes, these things are real. It's real. And then your family is left to hash this stuff out. And if they are not legally well versed, they are going to now have to listen to attorneys and accountants who may or may not have their best interests at heart. Okay, so as a secured entrepreneur, you must make yourself aware. And I will tell you this, you need to know more than the individuals who you hire to handle your business. You need to know more than the individuals you hire to handle your personal estate, okay? Because the mistake that people make is you think because you're not a millionaire or you don't have anything of value. That is not true. There are things. If you even have a mortgaged home, okay, you need the type of insurance that will assure that house gets paid off upon your death so that your family can have it. See, these are all the things that most entrepreneurs do not, this is the information you don't get, okay? And this is why I teach what I teach. So that's what I want to share today, Okay, hold yourself accountable for putting your legal paperwork in order. Don't have this man is he's got the shakes a little bit because now we have to think, well, how was I to my mother? What was I demonstrating to her that she has now felt that she cannot trust me with this important information? Now she's in the hospital and I have to go looking for things. I'm making phone calls and people don't want to talk to him because she's already told them, don't talk to my son. He's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? This has already happened. Okay. So now we're trying to retrace the steps, the paper trail to put this thing right. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you today, and I want you all to comment down below. Where are you in planning your legacy? Okay, where are you as it relates to your last will and testament? We're all toting around a Bible that says last will and testament. Where is your last will and testament? Okay, you heard it again. Okay. I want to thank you for emailing. Please continue to do so at info@aurorahdayconsulting.com. The last thing that I want to share with the secured entrepreneurs, we got your emails asking about the Millionaire Secret Strategies. Yes, I redid the Millionaire Secret Strategies. A link is going to be below. If you're here on YouTube, a link is going to be below in the comment section or description section, whatever it is, right? If you're on Instagram, it's going to be in the link tree under the YouTube link. And if you're on Facebook, I think we have to put it in the comments on Facebook. I'm not sure. Okay. But either way, it's going to be up there. And King David is already ready. Like, I don't even know if it's 6 o'clock yet. He's like, okay. So you all know you can find me, Miss Aurorah Dey, at AurorahDayConsulting.com. And until next time, ta-ta.